The Deputy Commissioner, Shane Chelepy. Shane, can you hear me?
I can, thank you.
Okay, very good. So I just want to get an update, if you wouldn't mind, on this missing man in Far North Queensland, the 85-year-old. Have you got an update on him just yet?
We have been coordinating a search and rescue overnight. Obviously, we tried to get into that community yesterday on a number of occasions with air support, and the weather didn't enable us to get in. So we've dispatched water police vessel this morning, and we've also dispatched some more aerial support as the weather's cleared overnight. We've been engaging with the community there, with everyone we know, to try and gather more information about the missing person, and that'll continue today.
Okay, but at this stage, he's still missing.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, we're trying to get authorities into those small communities this morning as quickly as possible. We weren't able to get in yesterday, but we should get in today.
Okay, now that the rivers are receding, rescue and recovery operations ramp up. So what's the plan today, Shane?
Well, in the north area, around the Daintree area, Mossman area, we're still actually carrying out rescues. We've still got high river levels there. We've still got people being rescued off roofs in that area. So we are still focusing our efforts on our immediate life-threatening rescues this morning. But at the same time, we're coordinating the evacuation of the small community of Wudjil, which will see between 250 and 300 people be evacuated out of there today.
How many rescues have you made so far this morning and overnight, Shane?
Well, we've had 39 calls for service overnight, and I was just speaking to my coordinator in the north before this show, who tells me that I've just dispatched 2 rescue helicopters to the Daintree and Mossman area to carry out more rescues. So
in the meantime, there are still folks on roofs?
That's the report. We've just sent a rescue helicopter into the Daintree for a family that is on the roof, and we're also doing a number of urgent medical evacuations this morning. So that's in the Daintree Mossman area, and at the same time we're seeing waters receding, and we're trying to support isolated communities.
So we were live to Mossman a little earlier in the program. We had the Douglas Shire Mayor on the program. He still says places such as Port Douglas needs more help because it's shut off. So how are you attacking that today?
So that'll be the focus today, is to support those communities that have been shut off. We know that we've got communities that have been isolated now for a number of days since Cyclone Jasper across the coast. But for the last couple of days, we haven't been able to use our aerial resources. The weather has been so bad up there. We got turned back yesterday a couple of times when we put our helicopters in the air. So today it's really about supporting those isolated communities, food, water. We've been coordinating with Ergon, who have assured me they've got a couple of hundred resources on the ground there ready to go the moment we can get them into those communities. So we're coordinating with the local councils, but the focus in the last 48 hours and right now is about saving lives.
And so when you talk about helping those communities, are you dropping food packs, water packs, etc. if you can't actually lift people out if they need it?
So a lot of those communities we won't be able to lift out. Wudjil this morning, we need to evacuate Wudjil. We know that it's had considerable devastation to its buildings. People aren't able to stay in Wudjil. We have no food, water or other supplies in that town, so that's a priority for us. Those other communities, we've worked with our local disaster coordination groups. We will start dropping food, water supply into those communities. We'll try and get them reconnected to energy as quickly as possible. And that will then be ongoing from this point forward.
Okay, so how are you dividing resources, in not just emergency services but also the ADF? How are you working alongside each other?
Well, the Australian Defence Force will help us this morning with a couple of large Chinooks to evacuate Wudjil. 250 to 300 people have to be evacuated from that town. It's all being coordinated well through our District Disaster Coordination Group and our State Disaster Coordination Centre.
Okay, any sort of looting that's taking place up there at the moment while people are vulnerable? Have you heard any reports of that, Shane?
So we did have a report of looting in around the Port Douglas Northern Beaches area during Cyclone Jasper, and you know we're continuing to investigate that, but we haven't heard any reports of looting. No. But can I say we dispatched this morning on the Chinook considerable police resources into that area.
Okay. Shane Chelepy, no, it's a busy time for you. Thanks for your time, though. We'll talk to you soon.